Hello there, my very good friends. On today's wrestling news, Cody Rhodes' spine is cooked.
I'm going to tell you the real reason Kevin Owens tried to kill Cody Rhodes.
Liv Morgan's face is not cooked.
And plans were changed at NXT Deadline. I'm Adam Wilborn.
And I'm Andy Murray.
And this is the news.
Yeah, we got some injury stuff to go through. Liv Morgan later, Cody Rhodes now.
Understandable.
So, WWE have announced it's probably a kayfabe, it's definitely a kayfabe injury. What am I talking about? To Cody Rhodes after Saturday night's main event. So if you didn't see what happened to the Code Man, he beat Kevin Owens, he cheated, he was the most gratuitous cheater on the show, which is actually really good for the story because Kevin Owens is even more right now.
And he brought the chair in.
He did, he brought the boom to the room. Cody used the chair, he hit him with the crossroads on the chair, all that stuff, and he won, he retained the title. But afterwards, Kevin Owens, for the first time in WWE, busted out a package pile driver on this MF, hit him, just kicked his ass. This didn't go out on the show, it went out on social media. But that was the post-match angle. It was big. Cody got stretchered away, he got tended to by the EMTs, all of this stuff, and now WWE has announced a kayfabe injury to Mr. Cody Rhodes. I'm going to read you their exact wording. They call it a heinous attack. Very heinous. They said earlier today it was confirmed that Cody Rhodes suffered cervical swelling and was kept overnight at a local hospital for observation. Nice to hear the word hospital used. While x-rays were negative for a fracture, Rhodes has officially been diagnosed with axial compression of the cervical spine as well as a cervical strain with spasm. Be sure to follow WWE, blah, 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 blah. Rumble, rumble, rumble. So, kayfabe update, but we can explain why they're doing this kayfabe update right here.
Yes, exactly. Why did Kevin Owens hit him with that package pile driver? Well, he hates him. That's the story. But the real story from Fightful is it's the holiday season. And that's the time to try and break people's spines, obviously.
Enjoy Christmas, dickhead.
No, look, everyone's taking a big break from WWE following tonight's Raw. But obviously that's going to be mean there's going to be a lot of tapings going on. And there was a double taping of SmackDown this past week. And obviously it would have been weird to have Cody Rhodes come out still with the title because people would be like, so I guess he's retaining on Saturday night, basically. So they've had to do this in a weird sort of order. They couldn't film anything in advance of this. That's basically helping them bridge the gap to past Christmas. They got to see Kevin Owens and Cody Rhodes, obviously, so they're getting kind of creative with their segments for next week's show, making sure the audience are basically kept up to date on it. As of this weekend, the plan was to air the attack on SmackDown and have Kevin Owens in a backstage segment, so they could tape that in advance, obviously, saying, after I hit you with that move, I hope it's a package pile driver, I hope it goes well on Saturday. This is he's fine. Like Andy said, it's a kayfabe injury. This is a great development for this story.
Yeah, they had to. Yeah, it's Christmas, right? You get the schedule has.
What
to be
does everyone want for Christmas?
Package pile driver.
Cervical injuries.
But yeah, so it's a good development. I think the result is a good development for the story in particular because it's it was quite jarring actually because there were plenty of heel victories on that show. Drew, Liv, Chelsea Green, and Gunther, right? Although Gunther's been doing this stupid crisis of confidence lately. But lots of heel victories, none of them were particularly dirty. Liv just won clean, Drew just won clean, heels winning clean all over the place, and this is not traditionally a clean winning company, which means that when you do a show where all the heels win clean, but then the babyface, who Kevin Owens is raging against because he keeps cheating and stuff, or in his eyes, he doesn't deserve his position, when he cheats to win, it's oh, that's good. That's good development because then Kevin is more raging.
Yeah.
And that's why you hit him with the package pile driver. So it's good. It's good.
Yeah, I think a lot of us going into it, we were sort of potentially even predicting a title change and then maybe switching the title back to Cody at January's Saturday night's main event. But this is a good way, like you say, of keeping the title on Cody. That makes all the sense in the world as we head into 2025, of course. But also, Kevin Owens isn't just oh, you were just the challenger of the month, you've lost, and now you have to do something completely different. I sense this is going to be the Jay White catalyst for KO stories we head into 2025. Basically, I wouldn't bet against him doing something big at WrestleMania because, he's just spiralling, understandably, at the moment. And again, turnabout's fair play. Kevin Owens was the one who brought the chair to the ring and tried to hit him with it. And Cody just basically went, well, it's here, the ref's down, I'm going to use it. But Yeah, an interesting glimpse into what potential heel Cody could look like as well. Very, very brief.
Little sliver. I wish it was on the show. I wish it wasn't a Twitter upload, because it kind of like, to me, it detracts from the viewing experience when you have to go onto a different platform to see the most impactful angle of the night. Like, I just wish they'd done it on the show. I understand they want to pull people to their socials, but nah, man, the show is the show. The show is the most important thing. Twitter should be supplementary and not like key important story.
Yeah, I'm finding like the Triple H shoving thing going on there.
Yeah, stuff like that, or like Gunther cuts a promo after winning, or some, stuff like that, where it's not as important as the first package pile driver in WWE since Kevin Owens came in. But it is a good development for the reasons we have described. You know what else is a good development? The return of the merch store.
Hey.
Look at that. WhatCulture.com/shop. We got all manner of products on there. Everything you see on screen and more. T-shirts, hoodies, mugs, hats, whatever you could possibly want. We ship globally. Yeah, I know we're in the UK, but if you're in the USA, we ship from there too. Don't ask how. We got elves. We got
Magic,
little elves.
yes.
But yeah, check it out, man. Get yourself some purple and gold. Los Angeles Lakers.
Not the only mugs at WhatCulture now, you see. So,
Aye.
I do really like the designs we've got. Like, we've flogged some crap in the past, but this is genuinely quality.
We sure have.
WhatCulture.com/shop if you want to get your hands on that.
Fire in.
Maybe someone can get it to Cody, who's going to have to stay home for the festive period now.
Oh no, what a shame. I'll have to be at home with my loving family and my dog over Christmas. Terrible.
Cody, can you help take all the rubbish from the presents out? Oh, Brandy. Oh, my neck.
Can you help with the cooking? Nah, I don't think so.
I'm just going to rest up.
Not my tempo. Liv Morgan. Let's talk about her. She's not injured, by the way. So it looked like she busted her face up facing Io Sky at Saturday night's main event. WWE showed the replay of the knee that just like knocked right into Liv's face. She was bleeding afterwards. She ended up winning the match, but they showed her like all busted up and stuff. She's not seriously injured. Don't worry about that. PW Insider. She's not suffered a broken nose, so she's okay. Fightful state that the belief is that a piercing caused the blood. So that's why. She just got bloodied up a little bit. Nothing major, just one of these things that happens in wrestling. I think it added to the match.
Yeah, good hard hitting affair.
Yeah, like obviously, like you don't want Jon Moxley 2021 blood on every show, but at the same time, a little bit here and there, I think it can add a lot, and it makes it feel like more of a fight.
Yeah, it certainly added to that visual afterwards with her squaring up to Rhea Ripley, being like, maybe she does stand a chance against Rhea. Like, she's survived the Io Sky, really enjoyable match. We'll be talking all about the matches later on our Saturday night's main event review on the What Culture Wrestling podcast YouTube channel. But I'm surprised this sort of thing doesn't happen more often. Wasn't there one where like Rhea Ripley ripped half her ear off with an earring or something getting caught?
One of them plug things. Yeah, it happens. Was it Warhorse, I believe? Have you ever seen his mouth injury?
I try not to.
Don't Google that. Actually, if you're a freak, like a sicko, Google that, but don't. Just don't. We're not going to put it in the video because it'll get us demonetized probably.
Yeah.
But yeah, things like this just happen, man. It's wrestling.
You ever get any piercings done?
Nah.
Thought about getting my eyebrow done. I started a What Culture. Really,
you look like Jay from 5. Why the hell?
Yeah, I'll be honest. I'm astonished. Let alone tattoos. I'm astonished that people get anything pierced. I'm just far too squeamish for that sort of thing.
It's not for me, but like, hey, live your life.
Yeah, wrestling with it and then getting kneed into it. Yeah, it's understandable there might be some blood coming out of it.
Disturbed guy with the pierced mouth. He's an idiot. Do you hit me with a Jesus.
Hang on, try that again. No, I can't do it.
How'd you get the volume on it? Hit us in the comment section below with your favourite impression of Disturbed Man. Oh, he's been more of a Creed guy than a Disturbed Man.
Yeah. Oh, it's me, isn't it? Sorry, I just realised where we are. Right, let's talk a little bit about NXT Deadline, of course, the Phenomenal Iron Survivor Challenge, the best new match type in all of wrestling, as I've said before. But we had the NXT Championship match, Trick Williams versus Ridge Bloody Holland. Now, the story of that match, if you hadn't watched it, in the build-up to it was, Trick's got a hurty neck because Ridge dropped him on the announce table. It didn't break, and he was just covered in kinesio tape all up his shoulder and his neck, basically on the show. And there was neck stuff in the match that was obviously designed to give Ridge Holland a chance at winning the title. I don't think many people bought the title switch, to be perfectly honest. But there was a bit where like Trick got like hung in the ropes, which is arguably the best version of that in the match. But a report from Fightful saying that some of the match was actually changed because there was a spot set to do that sort of thing of illustrating how bad of a neck injury Trick Williams has got. But it was said to draw memories of Big E's neck injury, obviously with Ridge's history with all that, and was toned down significantly between rehearsals and the match occurring on the show. I kind of am happy that they did that because I don't think, it was a complete accident. We all know that, and Big E holds no animosity towards Ridge for this. I'm sure Ridge feels dreadful about it, of course. And yes, fans are aware of it, but you don't necessarily. They achieve what they wanted to achieve without having to be like, do you remember when he broke Big E's neck and ended his wrestling career for the time being, hopefully?
Yeah, I think they've kind of leaned towards stuff like this with Ridge Holland in an effort to give him a bit of a hook, and I think they should probably just find a stronger one. At this stage, because nobody really buys into it. Like, nobody buys into the idea that he did this on purpose. It was a total accident. So to me, doing it as a kayfabe thing, it doesn't quite. It's not 1980 where like if someone gets injured and put on the shelf, it can turn into this incredible heat angle. These days, we get a report on the injury and it being an accident within half an hour of it happening. So. But yeah, I think that the rope hang spot was enough, right?
Yeah.
The tangled up, that was plenty. And look, that's the spot that has existed since 1950.
Yeah.
Wrestlers have been doing that neck stuck between the two ropes for decades and decades. That doesn't make it any less effective, however.
It's terrifying, isn't it?
Yeah, it's a good spot. It's a really good spot. And it always works. It always gets over, primarily because they only do it like once a decade or something. So like it's an old spot. The first I saw of it was, I obviously wasn't alive in this year, but there's a Buddy Rogers Lou Fez match from 1950 where that happened.
Wow.
So, it's not like it's not, he didn't invent that yesterday, but it's still effective, and I'm glad they did that, presumably instead of doing some pile driver on the outside or whatever.
Yes,
or
exactly.
suplex it was, wasn't it?
Yeah, exactly. Yeah, I'm much happier that they did something like that. And it doesn't matter anyway, because Trick Williams is going to die when he faces Obafemi in the new year. Imagine that. Oh, I've got through that bloody rugby player who keeps targeting my neck. Who have I got next? Oh, for Christ's sake.
An even larger man who's even better.
It's going to be awesome, that. Really looking forward to that. Andy, what's the latest on Tessa Blanchard?
We'll talk about that later on today, actually. She's back and it's not going well, brother. But hey, look out for that video. If you liked this video, have a look at this one right here. It is the 25 worst wrestling moments of 2024. I narrated it. There are some absolute stinkers on there. And I think you're going to have a good time. So, buy some merch.
Check it out.
Sayonara. Goodbye. Adios. Yes.